All right, hello everyone. It's Nancy again, and this week's Blue Light Hotspot is India. So just saying namaste to India. I probably could have stayed up all night long writing notes about this kind of potential activity that is thinking about building and taking action in the country of India. Now, when I say thinking about, because it's still lying kind of dormant or very dormant, I felt as if I wanted to reach my hands into India and shake it, just like trying to wake up a teenager to get up out of bed, to get somewhere. But there was this sense of do not disturb, like a big do not disturb sign on the outside. So all of those of you who've been working as the intuitive archaeologist, and all of you in India who will be watching this video and the replay of the Blue Light Hotspot for India, I'm going to ask you to put in the comments section a lot of insights that you might have, because I found it very confusing and yet wildly curious at the same time. So let me go through my notes and let's start putting some of these puzzle pieces together. I have a feeling that I'm going to be making maybe a couple of more videos about India over the next couple of years, because once that lid comes off, whatever that lid is, we're going to see some rapid changes in your country. So for all of you, what is it, 1 billion people that you may have in India, get ready to put your roller skates on, because things are going to start moving. All right, so here we go. Right away when I tuned into the country of India, I always tune in to where the blue light is, because the blue light beings will kind of guide me. Now, once I made this video, or once I wrote up the work, I was very aware of why it needed to wait until after this major solar eclipse that we just had on April 8th, 2024. So I say that date because you might be listening to this 10 years from now. You're going to look back and say, wow, there was a lot that got shifted then, and you can see how it's playing out now. All right, so I witnessed like a gentle, it's just like a wave of blue water, but it was this photonic energy that was moving from the top of India, up by the Himalayas, up by Nepal, up by Tibet, that whole area around the top. I kind of saw it like right at the top of India, like this. And these waves of blue would move down. It would get halfway through the country, and then it would stop. It was blocked. And then that blue wave would go back up. And then there's this blue wave that comes back down across the country. It hits this wall and it moves back up. So it's like, you know how a river can gently cut through and create enormous canyons in the rock walls. It's very similar like that. It isn't a force. It isn't like a laser. It isn't like dynamite. It's just this gentle rocking that kind of hits this wall going halfway down. So in my clairvoyant vision, I was noticing that there was like a distinct difference between the north of India and the south of India. Now, for me, my intuitive feeling was as if they are two different countries, or should be two different countries, or used to be two different countries. I wasn't aware, but it's that distinct difference that's between the north and the south of India. So I'm really hoping that those of you in India who have any insights to this, please start kind of making some notes, sharing some insights with me. But let me go further, because it got even wilder here. So, okay. So the upper part of India, the north, the blue luminescent light. The frequency, I'm told, is very high in the north, as if the city of Shambhala is close to the ground there. Now, there is another name for Shambhala, but I can't remember what it is. But it was like the whole city or this whole other world and higher dimension was very close to the ground up in northern India. So blue beings, blue pyramids, blue temples, blue Shiva, at most as if the country at the top is in an upper platform at the top of hundreds of stairs. So that's the vision that I had using my clairvoyant abilities. Coming down the stairs to the ground level hits around the middle of the country. So it shows this staircase, kind of like a marble staircase, coming down all the way to about the middle of India. And then suddenly I saw this enormous wall of black onyx, black tourmaline, black garnet, black diamonds, and black obsidian. Now that's wild, wild. Because to see so much black, this intensity of black, so this blue is rolling up and rocking back, rolling down and rocking back. As it hits this enormously deep wall of black. All right. Now, this is where it starts to get even more interesting. Underneath, deep underneath, miles deep, I hear a deep growling sound. I sit with this sound for a while. Had my eyes closed, sitting in meditation. I just sit with it. At a certain distance, I can hear the growl. I'm just listening to the growl roll through. I'm not moving closer because when I do, the growl gets louder and I sense it will swipe at me with long claws. I spiritually move back and the growl becomes quiet again. And then I move forward, it becomes loud again. I am shown an image of a white tiger with blue eyes. I imagine I'm moving from the top of India down south as if I'm just traveling along the astral plane. I never hear the tiger at all. There's a zero threat, a zero growl. So it's like I'm kind of traveling along this blue wave from the north, from the Himalayas, down about midway to the country, but I don't hear a growl there. It's only when I'm moving from the south, as if this energy is moving from the south to the north, there's this protective energy at the north of this white tiger with blue eyes. I can hear as I get closer, as I'm moving from the south of India, as I get closer to the north, I hear a threatening, deep, guttural growl. I have a feeling, halt, stop. Stop right there, don't move any further. So it is almost like there's this invisible energetic barrier between the north and the south. There are many people in southern India, this is what's shared with me, that wish to reach the staircase to go to the upper platform, but are stopped from doing so. All right. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I like to ask a lot of questions. So, and then I hear, Nancy, you cannot come here. You do not have permission. There is a karmic catastrophes that are unresolved, and you do not have permission to resolve them. All right, bear with my notes. Whoever is the rule maker around this area is also blocking the blue light from moving to the southern part of India. It gets better. It gets better. So, again, I'm saying on my paper, all right, you intuitive archaeologists, please help me out here. Healers in India, can someone explain? Spiritual teachers, wise ones, can you explain what's happening here? Because I do not wish to interfere. And then I ask Shiva to help, please. And again, I hear the words, honestly, I am told, Nancy, it's not your business. I must say I'm incredibly curious, But honestly, I know when I'm told it's not my business, I step back. However, I am told that it is the business of the people of India, and it's the people in India who will be able to enlighten me and enlighten the rest of us in the world. Now, I am going to let you know, they did give me information that I am allowed to share. But that barrier between the North and the South, there are things that are buried. I'm hearing kind of absent or dormant. That's the word, that's dormant. That when it's awakened, things will start to move rapidly. But it's not awakened now, and it will be awakened by the Indian community and the peoples and the land and the gods and the goddesses when it is time. All right. So there is a blue light surge that's very enormous there, but it's being blocked midway down. It is millions of people under the ground there attempting to come to the surface for healing. So this is in the south. So in the north, I can see that they're at this tall platform staircase. And in the south, I can see that there's a lot of people, but there are some who are kind of under the earth, kind of like... maybe are not of a frequency that can come to the earth, or being held down in their ability to come to the surface of the earth. Again, I'm told, not my business. I don't get any more information than that. But remember, for those of you who've been following about the blue light surge that happened in November of 2023, the blue light frequency it dissolves all illusion and reveals truth. What has been hidden will be revealed. And this is going on around the entire globe, not just India, but this is our focus today on India. It dissolves illusion, illuminates truth, and then I hear justice will be served. Okay, so then this is the question I kind of ask Spirit. Is there a hierarchy here? Like, I'm just really curious. Is there an unspoken hierarchy here in India? And then I just hear, just get ready. Just get ready. For the people of India, just get ready. That's the message that keeps coming through. Get ready, get ready, get ready. So then this is what came through from Spirit, wanting me to say to others in India, maybe it just wants to be said. I don't know who it wants to be said to, but it's like, do you truly understand what it's like to have the devotion and reverence of others to lift you up so that you can expand and do the work that you have come to do? Do you realize that you would be nothing without their devotional energy? All right, should I say that again? Do you truly understand what it's like to have the devotion and reverence of others to lift you up so that you can do the work that you've come to do? And do you realize that you would be nothing without that devotional energy? So when I asked about that statement that was coming through, and this came through from the blue beings of light, I might say, what they were saying was India is a country that is filled with devotional reverence, and that the beautiful people of India offer devotional reverence, whether it's to the gods and the goddesses, whether it's to their bosses, whether it's to their family, their parents. There's this devotional reverence of upliftment. So now it starts to make a little flip. So the message that's coming through is about those who are at the top of the devotional reverence food chain. You might need to remember kind of how you got there. I think that's what they're trying to say. And they're saying the same thing to me. Like they're saying, Nancy, you are a great teacher because you have great students. So it's like, so none of us are getting away with this. Spirit is asking us to remember that devotional reverence helps uplift those who are supposed to take that devotional reverence and do good things with it. All right, now, so then I asked to take a deeper look. So I asked the north, where is this blue light located and why? Where is it coming from? I am shown the residence of the peoples living in North India. Now, this is the interesting thing. So I've done blue light hotspots in other places, and they will focus on certain spots that have a high intensity of blue light. For India, they're focusing on the people. So there's the people of the north, there's the people of the south. Now, it's going to get cool here. It's getting really cool. So the blue light beings were sharing with me that the peoples of the north are called the diamond-hearted people. So those of you living in the north, you're called the diamond-hearted people. The greater you can open your heart, the more of your spiritual light shines on the diamond and radiates even more light. So just a little bit of light on that diamond in the heart can radiate more light. And they were saying that the peoples, they come from the white-robed ones. Now, the white-robed ones have been coming through to me only around the solar eclipse, probably since January of 2024. They do refer to themselves as Amma. They tell me they do not come down to earth. If they do, it's not very often, and that they help maintain the balance in the universe. So that is their big role. So they're telling me that the diamond-hearted people of northern India are those who are helping us to remember our light in our own hearts. So that's their purpose, is to hold that light of expansion and love and caring and devotional sacredness in the heart. But here's the thing. What they said is, when you get imbalanced, the diamond-hearted people, when you become imbalanced, you can suffer from too much light in your body. You can throw your body into a state of root chakra expansion, attempting to feel solid and supported in the body. Now, when your root chakra is your survival chakra. So the more it opens, the more it's like run for your life, peace and calm. Run for your life, peace and calm. So when there's so much light flooding into the body's like, what the heck is happening? And it can get fearful because the frequency is so high, the body can't handle it. The root chakra can open, floods the body with adrenaline and that fight or flight energy. So what they're saying is that the people of the north, if there's too much light coming in, it can cause that root chakra to open. And so what does it say? Anxiety. You can have high anxiety, nervousness, difficulty manifesting on the earthly plane because your frequency is too high. Challenges to complete what you start. So you can have a lot of visions and dreams about where you're going. And you can hold yourself back. And so what you need to do is you need to raise your earthly connection, go out in nature, have gratitude for Mother Earth, bring earth energy into your legs, and also calm down the crown chakra, the spiritual chakra, that can to be open too wide. All right, so beautiful, beautiful people in the north, the diamond-hearted people. And so if you can imagine, if you have the frequency or hold the frequency of Amma or Om, the sound of Om, and you're trying to bring it into this human body and it can feel too much, it can just be really stressful. So, and you can feel, kind of out of touch when you're a little disassociated. And that happens with everybody in the world who's listening to this right now. When you're kind of floating out of your body, you're a little disassociated, you can feel out of touch with what's going on in your life. All right, now we get to southern India. Now, this part blew my mind. Okay. So, the people of the South, I am shown that in each of your chakras, you have a small black diamond. And yet, in the heart chakra, it's missing. So, I'm going to explain this a little bit more. I did not know that black diamonds existed. I've never heard of a black diamond before. So they're showing me the peoples of the North are the diamond-hearted people, and the peoples of the South are still the diamond-hearted people, but they're the black diamond-hearted peoples. All right, so let's go from there. So black diamonds in the heart, the black diamonds are missing in the heart. All right, so coming down the stairs to the ground level, this water, it hits the middle of the country, right? This blue light hits this wall of black onyx, black tourmaline, black garnet, black diamonds, black obsidian, and hits this black wall. Now, let me go through which each of those mean. But before I do that, this kind of came at the end, but I need to put this at the beginning here. So I was like, all right, the people from the North, where did you come from? Amma. You have a high influence of the white-robed ones. In the bottom part, you have a high level of influence from the Arcturians. Now, I have to tell you, I have a lot of people write me about, Nancy, when are you going to talk about Arcturians? When are you going to talk about Arcturians? And it's just like, I never heard of Arcturians before. Arcturians have never come to visit me before. So here in India, this is the very first time that I have been communicated about the Arcturians. So I'll make a whole nother video now that they're coming through. All right. So the Arcturians are devoted to assisting humanity. They're joyful, they're good-natured, they're charismatic. They have the ability, which is very different than most star beings, they have an ability to directly influence humanity. And as they share with me through that devotional sacredness, that is why they are here on the earth, to help assist us during this great time of expansion. Now, they have high capacity for dreams, high capacity for telepathy, very high level communicators, big communicators. So whether this is the people in the South and India and of their Arcturian influences, whether they are communicating, verbally with body language or telepathic, Arcturians are very high communicators. And they are known to be guardians of the planet, the sacred guardians of the planet. All right. I had bone-chilling experiences that were really good here, and I just wanted to sit in this energy for a long time. So let me go through the black onyx. So this wall is made of the black onyx. All right. So the black onyx is a stone of powerful protection, strength, perseverance, and ability to overcome challenges. So for those of the peoples that are living in the South, you carry this with you, that there is this way that your energy, your devotional energies are helping to assist on the planet. All right. Black tourmaline is purification, cleansing the body of negative emotional thoughts, anxieties, anger, and feelings of unworthiness. Now, I don't want to forget this. Let me make a note here. Call to earth. Oh, my pen's not working. All right. Clearly, I'm not supposed to write it down. All right. Black garnet, self-empowerment, psychic protection, emotional strength. Black diamonds links the spiritual and the physical worlds together and protects from evil. Black obsidian is the stone of clarity, releases physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual blockages, and draws out stress and tension. And I said diamonds are in each chakra of the peoples that live in the South. Now, they did say there are people that live in the North that also have these black diamonds, as well as there are people in the North who are living in the South who have the white, that rainbow crystal clear diamonds. So, sacred south, keepers, protectors of the sacred, protectors of the sacred. If we think about children, as being in our sacred care, to protect them, it's kind of like that. Like, as this Arcturian influence, you came to help protect from evil and from negativity and stress and toxic emotions. And so there's this enormous global world calling that you have in the south, and there's this enormous world global calling that you have in the north, and it's kind of asleep right now. It's there, kind of asleep, kind of dormant, but getting ready to move. All right. So I asked, why is the stone missing in the heart chakra? And it said many people moved that out because they didn't feel worthy. They didn't feel socially worthy of carrying that level of devotional sacred power. They didn't feel worthy enough for that. But here's the thing, you wouldn't even have received it if you weren't worthy of it. But we have self-esteem issues in a world. Let's get real about that. So this is what Spirit said. You must find your stone. Wherever you put your black diamond stone, you must find it. And so I said, so how are they going to find it? And they said they will know. It's almost like when you've lost your way in life, or you've lost your calling, or you've lost your path, that once you find it, I found myself again, then you will know that the black diamond has returned to your heart. And you have that in every single one of the chakras. Now, they said the people that are the carrier of the black-hearted diamonds, the risk is specialness. You're at risk at feeling too special or not special enough. They said you've got the sacred eyes of brilliance, but it can become unbalanced, using your brilliance for greed and gain more than for helping to uplift those in our global community that need that type of support the most. Like, I'm just sitting here, I'm thinking, how we may hold, this devotional sacredness to movie stars. Like, that's the big thing right now, or to musicians, or let's say in India, what is it, that Bollywood, like, or being a YouTube sensation, or whatever. But can you imagine what would happen? And I'm just talking out loud right now. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but if we moved our devotional sacred focus to those who are boots on the ground, salt of the earth, people struggling to kind of just make it in the world and feed their families and have a roof over their head, like, if we held them in a sacred space, what would happen in our world? So I'm just putting that out there. So those in the south must find their sacred black diamond heart. So history worked together. This is what they told me. So the white diamond, I'm just going to call the clear diamonds, and the black diamonds, they used to work together for the betterment of humanity. And my question was, is it falling apart? So they talked about spirituality and technology, that India has a big purpose right now in the world. A big purpose. So I understand that many countries have been influenced by the United States or by our Western culture, but in the Eastern culture, what Spirit really wants to know is it's time to stand and take your place in our global community. It's time to step up. Like, you've got the good. This is how come you've got the goods, like you've got everything that you need to really influence the world in a big, big way. And you have a lot of empathy for the world. So, yeah, I think that's about as far as I can go, which is pretty far. But they are saying, they are telling me, and even Lord Shiva who came through, who I was like, can I talk to you a minute? Can I just run something by you? And Lord Shiva was like, nope, not your business. So for those of you who are spiritual elders, spiritual leaders, even if you are not in any position of power, but spiritually you have the power of influence, just start putting it out there and seeing what's coming and what's happening. I'm super excited for you all in India. I'm really, really excited because I think these are the times that you've been waiting for, and these are the times that the world has been waiting for. So if you have any insight, whether you are living somewhere else in the world, one of my intuitive archaeologists, and you've got some insight that you want to add, or anyone in India, if you've got insight, and I do want to hear, I don't know if there's a division between the North and the South, but when it came to the spiritual aspects, there's some strong differences that balance each other, like yin and yang, So, all right, I could go on. I'm excited to tune in probably another 6 months or a year from now about India, but I'm super excited to work together with you all because we are stronger together than we ever have been apart. So, go India, namaste, and enjoy your blue light expansion. All right, take care, everyone. I will see you next week on the next Blue Light Hotspot.